Junker. Effective today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've put this one off long enough. Sorry. But we're finally here to do it. You know, first off, welcome to the Emceemur show. It is time for TNL. Captain Retro has been hard after me to stream this game. Snatcher on the Sega CD. Now, he knows I'm a big cyberpunk guy, big into Shadowrun. I like games like that. This is an adventure along those lines. It's time to take a look at it. You know when people recommend you things, and you're like, oh yeah, man, yeah, I'll check it out, and then you never do? Well, this is one of those. And shame on me, I should have played this already. Ding, 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 ding. The music is absolutely fantastic. We are already joined by Titus, hey! And Solid Nate. What's up, Solid Nate? Looked like you were making some good ground on that Ghosts and Goblins the other night. I can't beat that game. I'm just not man enough. Ghouls and Ghosts, fine. Ghosts and Goblins, I'm not man enough. So this is kind of a point and click thing, you know? Not all of it. It's got some shooting elements, but, you know, this is cool. And it actually, again, I said I'm a Shadowrun guy. This reminds me of Shadowrun on Super Nintendo, because you got to click on all these things and ask about them. She's a beautiful Oriental woman, is what it says. Interesting. Listen to that bass. We're going to investigate. Yeah, the layout's coming along. If you ever have any questions about that, don't hesitate to holler at me. I'd be glad to help. It's locked. It looks like the only switch for it is in the operator's pod. She's in an operator's pod. I love the music right off the bat. We got a BGM here that won't quit. It's one of those pod-type reception units where the operator sits in a shielded capsule. Well, yeah, I know those. This is some pretty heavy-duty stuff they've got here. This place may be more dangerous than I thought. Alright, we're going to enter. And we can't. So now we have the option to talk to her.
I'm Gillian Seed. I've been assigned to Junker headquarters effective today.
Oh, you're Mr.
No,
Seed.
Titus, no sword fighting. This is strictly
My name is Mika
gunplay.
Satan. I'm the administrative assistant and operator here at Junker headquarters. Very pleased to meet you.
Doo, 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 doo. I've been assigned to Junker Operations Inspector today. You just told me that, Gillian. Let's investigate Mika. It's no use. I can't investigate her. But we can talk to her. I have a pretty good memory, Mr. Seed. Especially if it's concerning an attractive man like you. Oh, there's serious tension already. You're really very pretty. Thank you, she says. I'm honored to have the chance to work with someone as beautiful as you. I mean, this guy's not really focused on his job. Well, thanks. I'll take that at face value. Wasn't that a Phil Collins record? Alright. We are joined by the good Captain Retro, who recommended this game and from whom this game is on loan from. I've got a decent Sega CD library for it being a Sega CD library, but this was not one that I had access to. And again, this is being played on the actual equipment. We're on a Genesis 1 system with a CD2 hookup, all wired together here. I mean, it's crazy looking. Snatchers, they said it. It's happened several times. They're not stupid, you know. Let's ask about Mika. Tell me a little about yourself. Isn't that a bit forward, Mr. Seed? Well, I mean, she just told us we were attractive. I mean, you don't do that in the workplace normally unless you wanted to go beyond that. Let me tell you about myself first. Maybe then you'll tell me. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. She can tell I'm very smooth with the ladies. Yeah, alright. Yes, I'd like to see The Office. Again, this reminds me of Shadowrun on the Super Nintendo, because you would literally have to ask about every single line item to get it to progress. And sometimes even then it wouldn't. Honestly, in that sense, I thought that game was a bit broken, and I always preferred the Genesis Shadowrun because of that. You would literally have this menu of 40 things, and you would have to ask everybody those 40 things, just on the off chance they may have something to do with any of them, and they may not. We're joined by SNEStalgia. Hey SNES, welcome to the scene. We are playing some Snatcher on the Sega CD. I think we've investigated all we can investigate here. It's too bad I can't get in there. She's truly gorgeous. Now, how about now? Okay, she's truly gorgeous. We can't get in there. There's a plate. Japanese undercover neurokinetic elimination ranger. It's funny because if you investigate something more than once, they actually program more than one answer for it, in case you want to sit there and keep grilling it. And, you know, maybe there's missing stuff there. We are joined by DGC and Jason Joseph. If you're just joining us, it is time for Snatcher on the Sega CD. And I just ate some bad Chinese.
Mr. C?
Gillian's fine, and you can call me Gillian, Mika.
Okay.
She looks strikingly different in her thumbnail there.
Around headquarters.
Captain says you may need to inquire things more than once. And that's cool. That's a cool trait of it. And honestly, I don't think Shadowrun did that on the SNES version. That always bothered me about that. There was so much cool action in the game until it was time to question somebody.
Chief Cunningham, Gillian Seed is here. I brought him in as you requested.
Thanks for coming, Seed. I'm Benson Cunningham, the Chief of Junker Operations.
Gillian Seed, I've been transferred here from the 17th Special Forces Division.
I've heard all about your special training in the military, Seed. I hope you'll put it to good use on your assignment here.
Look at him
By
talking.
the way, I understand you're suffering from amnesia. Any sign yet that your memory's coming back?
I'm afraid not. I still can't remember a thing from before the Army picked me up 3 years ago.
You're married, aren't you?
Yes, but we're separated now. She has amnesia as well, and without any memories between the two of us, I'm afraid there was very little to base a good relationship on.
I can see your point.
I think this
there.
game is really good. We thought the Sega CD was so advanced. I remember getting mine and just being blown away. And then, shortly thereafter, not so blown away. If you played Prize Fighter on the Sega CD, then you'll understand why. God, it had some horrible damn games. But it had some great versions of games that were already out that had more digitized sound, a little bit more arcade quality, if not the exact arcade quality. A great example of that being Final Fight on CD. And really loved those. I love the intro music. This takes me back to that time when this had just come out. What a great time for gaming that was, regardless of where we were as far as it being, you know, state of the art. It was just so much fun. And they were such pieces of crap. The first one my dad brought home was defective, and he had to go right back out and take it to the store, and he was so pissed. That was the last thing he wanted to do after work. But we went and got a replacement, and I got started on Sega CD that night. Let's look at his monitor. Let's look at this window. It's a nice night view of Neo Kobe. Too bad there are snatchers lurking out there. Now, Captain, you can field this question. Again, I'm not very familiar with this game. It says there's a gun attachment, and I'm assuming I don't need that because I opted to use the joypad. But man, is there a gun for this? Did you ever have one in your possession, and or did you ever use it? I'm gonna have to whip the... I should have had the bass hooked up in here. I could be playing along with it. A picture of a vase, huh? What a funny design. No, I did the sofa. I want to look at the sofa. So what light gun did they intend for you to use? Surely not the old light phaser. I mean, this probably had its own piece, right? We're going to investigate the chief. Seed, I'm no snatcher. Well, where were you on the night of January 15th, 1971 at 3 o'clock? Oh, he thinks the picture's very special to him. Hey, depending on how the night goes, we may stream some more Sega CD. It's time for us to start doing more exotic systems here on the Emceemur show, because we're certainly ready to do so. Saturn, TurboGrafx, you name it. You let me know what you want to see on the Emceemur show. Maybe it'll make it on. Let's exit. The chief isn't done talking yet. Why don't you ask the chief about your duties? Okay. I could have guessed that, Chief. I need to eliminate the snatchers. I guessed that from the cover of the game. You're quite impatient, aren't you? The Chief's not finished yet. Uses the same justifier as Lethal Enforcers. Gotcha. Gotcha. We're joined by Gaming Review Clan. Welcome GRC, who just bought Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for the Sega Genesis. That's not a bad thing to have. So funny, because you sit there and you get all the dadgum Mortal Kombats, and then you end up with Ultimate with all of them on there. We are joined by Sarumaru, who says, TurboGrafx CD, please. That's the one thing I can't do for you, man. I've got the TurboGrafx, I've got the booster on the back, I've got a bunch of different peripherals over there for it. I don't have a Turbo Duo, and that bothers me. And I hope that by the end of the year, I will have fixed that problem. But they're not cheap, and I've never found one in the wild. And if you did, chances are it won't work. I think Captain got lucky and found one at one point. But I think even he did some work on it. But we've got some TurboGrafx stuff, and I've actually been itching to play it. Not that I haven't before, it's just been a while. And there's some cool stuff on there that I've got. Yeah, I know, God, man, the Turbo Duo is home to some of my favorite frickin' series. East Book 1 and 2 on there. Valis 2, that was the only way you could play that game. Final Zone 2, the sequel to Final Zone, was on it. I've got to have it, and it's only a matter of time before I get one. Maybe Santa will bring me one this year if I'm good. And I'm always good. I don't really have time to be much else. And Uncle Strange is here. Yeah, nothing about a TurboGrafx 16 is cheap. It is. It'll break the bank. And it's a commodity, you know. And then you get it, and it's like, how long is this even gonna work? How long can I expect it to work? Okay, can we go now? What do you mean the chief's not finished yet? What do I have to do? Investigate under his sofa? We asked him about everything, didn't we? Okay, can we go now? Oh my God. He won't let us go. Alright, we asked about the staff. We asked about snatchers, didn't we? I mean, this is a really cool premise. Oh, now he's...
To make your duties as a junker quite clear. This
They could have
is your
highlighted the
junker
important
ID card.
ones.
It will identify
I mean,
you
I
as a
know you
junker.
want to read all of it
Carrying
and
it
do all
allows
of
you
it,
to
but we're streaming
exercise
here. We
your
kind of want the
special
Cliff
authority.
Notes here if we can get them.
I see. Sort of like...
I can't believe a booster's that high, Unc. That's just
And
insane.
here's some money. It's not much, but you'll need it to carry out your investigation.
Cash?
Credit cards aren't accepted in some regions of the city. You'll need this sooner or later.
Sounds like it's a rough place out there.
Go see Harry, the engineer. He's got your equipment ready for you.
Well, then let's look at possessions, because that option was not here. I've got a junker ID and some cash. I want to have a look at it. Okay, so it's just that picture. Mika, can we go? Where would you like to go next? Anywhere where they're not going to ask a lot of questions. Does that exist? Engineering room it is. What's up with the picture on the wall back there? That lady looks like she's taking a dump. This is engineering all the junkers. That is, the runner's equipment is made here. Doesn't look like Harry Ballsack is around at the moment. Mika's face. Jillian, settle down. You are truly beautiful, Mika. Thanks, Jillian. If you say it again, I'm going to file a harassment suit. Let's look at her area. The area. There are tools and machines all over the place. Harry Benson is our engineer. He's a bit of a lush, but he's a friendly and sweet old guy. But he has terrible body odor and Fremunda cheese. Okay. We did that. We're doing everything here. Every junker investigator gets an analysis robot. Oh man, yeah. I'll take it. About Gibson. Alright, I think that's everything. To the detective's room. Mika's in her same pose. Jean Jack Gibson, our ace runner. Mika. Yes, what do you want? I can sense that you and I are destined to fall in love. It might sound crazy, but... Jillian, you're married, aren't you? Captain Retro says the music could be a tad louder. We can probably arrange that. There, one tad coming right up. The near desk. This is an antique desk. Gene's really into antiques. I honestly wasn't sure how the sound would mix off the Sega CD. Never have streamed it before, so definitely didn't want to overdo it. Plus, this little converter box that we do here to get AV into HD, it has some buzzing in it sometimes. There's a better product out there for it, as a matter of fact, that I was learning about on Rock Solid Productions channel. I will leave a link to that video in the description later on after this processes if you want to check that out, because you don't want to buy the wrong one of these. This thing does the job, just not as good as it could. So you never know about the sound quality of some of these funky electronic parts you need to make all this crap work. Haven't we already asked about Harry? I don't want to ask about Harry. It would appear that Big Van Vader is once again watching our stream from his remote non-wrestling location and has donated quite generously. Vader, thank you so much. May you continue to have the largest shoulders in the business. No, but that's fantastic. You know it will go to continually bringing you only the most fantastic content and footage right here on the Emceemur Show. And be warned, because there's another yard sale findings and scavengings video most likely going live this evening. Katrina, he's probably going to try to get some of that too. Turned 18 this year, that's the magic number. Jillian, you can't trust this guy. He's going to want to meet her. He's a horn dog in a trench coat. Where would you like to go next? I kind of want to go to the shooting range, but we'll save the best for last. This is Junker Headquarters Computer Room. It is linked to databases throughout the country so you can find almost any information you need. He just wants to talk about her face. This Jillian's a little weird. She say that or just think it? And then did she think it and I knew it? So we just totally didn't need to be here. Alright, we're going to the shooting range. Now stuff's going to start happening. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, DGC makes a really good point there. It really can't be this evening. Now is this evening. Early in the morning is kind of my evening. I'm on a strange schedule. And it may not be till tomorrow morning. I don't know. Got a lot of editing to do, but it's going to be a great video. Had some great pickups this week. You're really going to love this thing. I just want to practice, but let's go ahead and do our due diligence here and look at Mika's face. She's not into it. Let's look at her area. Man-shaped targets. Captain says, I don't have to keep hitting on her, but it's an option I opened by doing it earlier. That's interesting, because, you know, most software at this time didn't really think that much beyond that, you know. It would happen no matter what, or at least be an option no matter what. How to practice. How do you start practice? Just follow the Junker's Eye practice system. Well, I can hardly wait, but we want to ask about Harry again. Harry's an orphan. He lost his parents in the catastrophe. You could have told me that in the other room. Don't worry, you'll be able to get one from Harry. If you beat him, you'll understand why he's so good. And, of course, Katrina. She's a model. She's quite cute. Every bit goes to help find RoboCop's dong. He's coming out of his sleep. Where's my dough? RoboCop's dingling's missing. That's the one thing they danced around in RoboCop. That should have been the first thing he asked about when he woke up. Yeah, and I didn't realize this had anything to do with Kojima. He's a weird cat, man. The more that comes out of Konami, the weirder things get. Jillian, you haven't got your blaster yet. Let's hurry and go visit Harry. I get to use her ray gun. If you press the A button, you can draw your blaster and press C to fire. You can put your blaster away by pressing A again. I think I'm ready. This is going to be like Hogan's Alley. The red gauge on the left shows the number of targets to appear. The yellow gauge on the right shows the number of hits. Wow. Well, the D-pad's a little touchy. We got one civilian down, but, you know, if you want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs. They look like Terminators. That can't be a coincidence. Okay, how did I do? We are joined by Mr. Tight White. Welcome, TW, to our Tuesday night live stream of Snatcher on the Sega CD. Interesting facts there, Captain. Interesting facts. The more you know. Alright, so that was a riveting practice session. I almost feel like we need to do it again, because that may be all the action we get for a while, but that was neat. Now, all we need to do is find Harry. I imagine that would be a little bit more climactic if you actually had the light gun. Well, where are we going to go find Harry? Is he the engineer? Yeah, Harry's got to be back by now.
Oh, good. Harry's back.
Great to meet you. You're Gillian Seed, right?
Nice purple jumpsuit, Harry. What has he got, a boner? Look at him sticking that thing out there. What is he doing? You're just in time. I've got a boner. Look at Harry's boner. Somehow I get the same impression. Have I met this guy somewhere? Or maybe it's his boner. What's wrong? Do I have something hanging from my nose? No, Harry. It's not something hanging from your nose. You're sporting a wicked chub under your frickin' coveralls. Harry's sporting a chub and it's sticking out so far it's touching the wall. There's a poster and a photograph on the wall. Hey, if it's your first time in here on the Emceemur show, and you must know that we're no stranger to wild goings-on and exotic live streams, make sure that you subscribe to the Emceemur show and hit that notification button so that you are always the first to know when we go live on some of this fantastic material that we've got to show you. It's all about Harry. Those are odd work clothes. Let me take a look at those. Hey, what are you doing? Don't touch me. I got a boner. Wow, so Harry was about to rub out a spicy one to the poster, I think. It's the picture that was on the wall. Okay. Ask about my well, we need to get a navigator from him.
I know. All right, allow me to introduce the navigator, which I designed especially for
Notice
you.
his hand is in his pocket, too.
Get out here.
So Harry's totally playing pocket pool right now, going for the 2-ball in the side pocket. Oh, here it comes. ED-209's coming out.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, so it looks like a Mouser from
Pleased to meet
Ninja
you,
Turtles.
Gillian. I am Metal
And
Gear
yes,
Solid.
Jason, we are
I am
rapidly
programmed to be your
approaching
personal
400
assistant.
subs.
Metal Gear? That's
So
a
glad to
pretty
have
weird name.
everybody along for this
Oh, he's
fantastic
cute.
ride that will continue on.
Thank you.
I think he's turning red. I took his basic design and his name from.
We
the
are
Metal
joined by
Gear
cool
Minnesota
ass
20th
Robert
century.
Payne. Welcome,
But,
CARP.
quite unlike that Metal Gear, this one was designed for peaceful purposes.
Interesting.
Oh, that's right. Don't panic yourself. I got it right over here. This is your blaster. the
That's a
official
cool
weapon of the
blaster.
Junker. It's got full user feedback circuitry, adjusting itself to your reaction time. In other words, it's just as good as you
Lucky
are.
Collector has
What do you
joined us.
think?
Welcome,
Here, see how she
Lucky
feels.
Collector. Illuminati Games asks, is this it?
Probably
I
right.
assume you mean, is this it? You're just going to talk to this guy with a boner on the screen? It is a light gun game, but there's a lot of text and a lot of talking. Honestly, the Sega CD was pretty limited with what they could do with a lot of stuff. And they did best just to make CD versions of games that were already existent, honestly. Every CD game that is true to form a CD game was terrible. Ground Zero Texas, Prize Fighter, Heimdall was freaking terrible. Oh my god, it was terrible. Rise of the Dragon, just not for me, man. I got all my pointing and clicking done in the early 80s on my Atari ST. And at that point, it was just like, what the hell, you know? CM Retro Gaming apparently is raiding my stream. Welcome, CM, and your horde of people that you've brought with you. We are so glad to have you here tonight on TNL, playing Snatcher on the Sega CD. And if you are new to the Emceemur show, make sure that you subscribe if you like watching people play rare and exotic games, because that's something that we do a lot right here on the Emceemur show. Let's ask him about Metal Gear. No coincidence that they called it Metal Gear. Again, that this is Kojima. Electron Ash has subbed. He says he can't argue with a Sega CD stream. And I'm glad to hear that, because, man, I've got other Sega CD stuff that I do want to take a look at. And you can thank Captain for prodding me along, getting me to hook the old girl back up here. But it's so cool when it whirs to a click and it's on and you got the intro music. I'm so glad the CD system still works. You never know. I mean, I don't think I've hooked this thing up in 15 years. Let's ask about the photo on the wall. Shadow the Oblivious has joined us. Welcome, Shadow. Yeah, no, this is on loan from the Captain Retro library. This is a disc he has with it on it. I have a decent CD collection, but I do not have this game. We're joined by Gen X Grown Up. Welcome, John, who is on a conference call, but is here to watch. Yeah, this was Captain's idea to stream this one. Did we ask about the blaster already? Alright, so we got to look at everything, do everything, so it'll let us out of here. And we looked at Metal Gear already. So now we investigate. Harry. That fella's got no manners. He touched my special area. I know we did that already. You can't see the faces of the kids' parents, which I'm guessing we desperately need to know that. I want to hear Metal Gear talk. Herb Wars says Captain Retro has a super awesome theme song. He does. I need to work on one for myself. That's on my to-do list. Ah, so the Metal Gear has a save function. A video phone, because God knows, what the hell is that? Boy, phones have come a long way. We asked about the blaster. We may not have asked about the Snatchers. And man, this alarm sound is about to make me kill myself. Oh, I triggered something. We're getting a phone call on the Snatcher bot video phone.
Junker HQ, this is Gibson. I've cornered a probable male snatcher.
It's a male Snatcher.
In the M district.
How could he tell? Does the Snatcher have a metal Dugan?
Out right away. Jean needs your help.
We must hurry. We'll use a turbocycle to travel to the
By all means. Do I get to drive the turbocycle? Please tell me I get to drive that.
This is a turbocycle. Specially designed
It doesn't
for
look
junker
like a
use.
cycle.
In addition to three-wheeled ground travel, it is capable of
It looks like a
hovering and
car from
high-speed
Total
flight.
Recall.
The vehicle is also VTOL capable, so takeoffs and landings in narrow areas present no difficulty.
We are joined by Sailor
Flying
D Life.
tricycle,
Welcome,
huh?
Sailor
I
D,
just came in one of these things.
We have been
who is
assigned
also a
this vehicle
Sega
for use
fan.
in our
You're just in time for our TNL Sega CD live stream. I just want to enter the turbo cycle. Can I just do that? Can I just enter the turbo cycle? I don't want to talk anymore. So it has a couple of hot dogs for controls. I think I know what to do with that. We're in the turbo cycle. Operation is computer controlled. Thank God, because the only controls here are two hot dogs standing straight up on plates. Electron Asha, this is essentially Blade Runner, isn't it? Going cyberpunk on this thing, man. I really got some Shadowrun vibes from it initially, just from the artwork and the sound effects, but we're going to see where they go with it. Jillian's home, factory ruins. I guess we're just going to roll.
Now departing for the abandoned factory.
Okay, so I'm totally not doing this right now. You're in a Johnny Cab.
My first day
I'm
on
not
the job.
familiar with that location.
Ace Junker Gibson has cornered a suspected snatcher.
Get your ass to Mars.
This guy really is a snatcher.
Go Hagen, you got what you wanted. Now give these people air.
Paid off.
No, this is not part of my collection. This is on loan from Captain Retro. I have some Sega CD stuff, but I do not own this game. But Captain and I insisted I play this and that it's right up my alley. We've arrived at the abandoned factory. What would you like to do? Let's exit the turbo cycle. Benny, come on! We'll take Cook's car. He won't be needing it. Let's just do Arnold one-liners for the rest of the night. We've arrived at the abandoned factory. This is where Gene called from. Let's use Metal Gear. Oh, by all means, can we save the game? In my trusty, dusty, handy-dandy CD backup RAM cart. I couldn't believe I still had that on the shelf. I wonder how rare and expensive those are. Probably not. They're probably not that bad. Because they all came with one, if I'm not mistaken. No, let's continue the game. I'm good. Returning to the investigation. This is a freaking foreboding lightning in the background. It's a battered old factory. Judging from its design, I'd say it dates from the period when manned production techniques were still used. The sky is getting quite dark. That thunder, though. Alright, we're going to investigate it. Investigate it harder. There's no sign that anyone's around. Metal, are you reading anything? I can't tell from here. We'll have to move to inside. Okay. Can we go inside? Well, can we go into the building? Okay, that triggered something, obviously.
Oh no!
What was that?
A male scream. Perhaps something has happened to Jean-Jacques. Gillian, please use extreme caution. I read multiple moving objects within the factory.
Gillian.
These could
I'm
indicate
sorry,
the
I was calling
presence
him
of snatchers
Jillian.
or insectors.
Insectors? What in the world's that?
A spider-like robot used by
We are
snatchers
joined by
as security
Switchcraft.
devices.
Welcome,
Though compact in size,
SK,
they are armed
to
with mini
TNL.
guns, use extreme caution.
Snatcher on the Sega CD. Alright, we're going in. This is it. This is what we've been training for. Alright, we're going in. Keep your blaster ready. Are y'all ready? We're about to shoot something. We've entered the factory. This is the spot where he placed that video phone call. Listen. Corroded concrete. We're going to advance. Alright, now moving ahead.
What the?
It's Little John.
Little John?
Little John?
Yes.
Okay!
Personal navigator.
Did they find Lil John? We're gonna have to use Metal Gear. Ah, we don't want to do that though. I thought he would use his motion sensors or whatever. And we're gonna look at Little John. It looks like a Polaroid camera with feet. Little John's been demolished. What? There's no way to repair damage this bad. Wasn't this game in English as well originally? I'm not sure. Captain will have to field that question. I haven't got my degree in snatching yet. This is a new one to me. Let's listen. I can't confirm any sound except for water drops and Little John's shorting out. We're going to advance. I do love Sega CD titles. No matter how bad they are, it still triggers that nostalgic feeling for me. But God, yeah, Prize Fighter was so bad. You waited for an arrow and then hit a button and then you'd see a movie of a guy throwing a punch and maybe you hit. It was just absolutely terrible. Motion detector. Hey, Metal, aren't you picking anything up? No, I'm not getting any reading. Listen. Alright, we're going to move in. Alright, now moving ahead. Oh, I see something red and a sea of purple. That's got to be important. Wait! There's a figure on the floor. Oh, God. That's pretty graphic.
God.
It's Gibson. My God, his head's been twisted completely off. Well, he wasn't that much of a badass, was he? Let's look at his corpse. I wish I didn't have to meet him like this. I can't believe they killed Jean, whatever I'm probably saying his name wrong too. Look at the ground. He dropped his blaster. I knew it. Take it. It's an old type blaster. It's definitely Jean's. It's still warm. He probably fired several shots. Yeah, if Nightbot gets on... Nightbot's not supposed to be timing anybody out. Please let me know if it does something. There are no filters set on it. It's not supposed to be doing anything about caps or anything like that. So let me know if it does something so I can tweak that on my end. It's not supposed to be moderating. It's only there to remind you that you can donate, like, subscribe, and all that other fun stuff to the Emceemur show. The moment it's not contributing fun, we have issues that we have to tweak. So please let me know. Let's listen and see if he's pooping out his last turd. He's still warm. He timed you out for 15 minutes. Did it say why? I mean, honestly, there's nothing that I have it set to where it can do that to somebody for. And it's not manual. I mean, I don't make it do anything, but I can change its settings, so... Yeah, it's become self-aware. I mean, maybe it has. Nightbot's going rogue on us. I apologize for any inconveniences that Nightbot may be causing our people. It did not say why. That is ridiculous. I see we are joined by Mathinator. Welcome, Math, to TNL. Yeah, Nightbot's going to be dealt with severely when I get a hold of him. So let's look. It's blocked by a cave-in. Can't go any further. Investigate. Dirt and sand. Motion detector. The music is really cool. You just have to hear a lot of it because you're constantly doing the questions and all this stuff. Alright, I guess we have to retreat. No, I didn't want to advance. Gee, boy. So I guess we're backing all the way out. There's Lil John. Metal Gear doesn't want to leave. So there's a Snatcher in here, in other words. I thought we looked at all that. Alright, so we're going back. Captain says we're not done in here. I don't see anything. Lil John's memory chip. Can I have that? The charring indicates he was hit by fire from a laser cannon. Okay, well, can we take the memory chip? Now there's a memory chip option.
Well, what do you think? Can you get this memory chip out of there in one piece?
I will attempt it. Now retrieving memory chip.
You know, I gotta admit, I had fun with Sewer Shark, as bad as it was, and the Sega Classics on this was great too. So I have had some fun. Limited fun, but fun with the Sega CD. Was hit by a laser cannon, but at least most of his lights are still working. Alright, so now we're done, I bet. Now we can go. Alright, now moving back. We're done. Nothing more to see here. You knew we weren't done here. You knew we weren't done here. We've got to be done here. Alright, ground. Nothing special here. Area. We're the only ones in the area. And he's not getting any readings on the motion detector. Wait a minute. Okay, no, I thought another option might have come up there. Okay, so Captain has confirmed there is a Snatcher in the area. There's a key in one of his pockets. It's not showing me the key in my possessions. And I thought we investigated all this. What did people do before they could Google things? Alright, well, as the muffler said to the drag pipe, I'm baffled. The key is not showing up in my inventory as if I could do something with it. And Captain says there's a Snatcher in here. And to be fair, dude was picking up motion outside the building. Which, I mean, I guess could have been the Snatcher's killing dude. I've completed my investigation. I don't see anything here. Come on, Captain, help us out. Where's the Snatcher? And let me be clear, this is cool for what it is, and I am all too familiar with these types of games. But by the time we hit the 90s, it wasn't the time to be putting stuff like this out. I had fun with a lot of cool games like this on my Atari ST computer in the mid-80s. And this doesn't look dated, it's just the format is. Alright, we're going to go back to Gene's corpse. That's what Shadow says he wants us to do. And we'll stick the key up his tuchus and see if we can get him to move around a little bit. I thought we investigated the body. I mean, we've already gave him a cavity search and found a key. What else did we not investigate? We are. So you needed to investigate it more than once. So I investigated one pocket. There's a scrap of paper in one of his pockets. Well, shit. Let's go for broke. Let's keep searching him. Let's pull his doog-woog out of his jeans and flop it around a little bit, just to make sure. Okay. Do we need to look at his hand? Search the house? What is that? I mean, look and investigate. That's a bit synonymous. Who knows? These could be Gene's last words. Metal, keep this as evidence, will you? Okay, so Metal is holding on to it. Something took his head off. That's how you interpret it. His gun is crushed flat, which would indicate a reason why we did not take it. So we've given the items to Metal Gear. Report analysis results. I'd say we're done here, except you're telling me there's a Snatcher in here. His right hand is now an option. It's hair. He's holding several, I guess that meant strands of hair. In addition, there is skin tissue under his nails, probably from him scratching his attacker's ball sack from under. So let's look at the hair.
Now analyzing recovered hair sample. Analysis complete. Results.
Ash, thanks for stopping by, buddy, and thanks for the sub. Glad to have any and all of you aboard for the Emceemur Show adventures.
Subject is male. 2. Hair color brown.
I'll let you know how the hair sample comes out.
European subject, wavy hair.
The analysis is butt hair.
Thickness of the base of the strand suggests hair was pulled
From
out.
Gene's butt
4.
and balls.
Antibody analysis
Apparently, he was scratching wicked from under just before the fight.
Cell component distribution indicates presence of artificial protein compounds.
O'Brien's Retro Rewinds in the house. What's up, dude?
From the scalp of Jean's attacker during their
OBRR. He's got some cool stuff on his channel, too, if you haven't checked him out. Really neat pickup bids in a really neat format. Was impressed with what I saw. Alright, so now we have to investigate the skin sample.
Now analyzing recovered tissue sample.
He was on the wrong end of a rude awakening.
Analysis complete. Results on the display. 1. Enzyme antibody analysis indicates subject is blood type O, Rh factor negative. 2. Chromosomal analysis of cells in the sample reveals
Cells revealed to be from under cheese.
3. Cell component distribution indicates presence of artificial protein compounds. 4. Number of melanocytes in sample indicates that subject is Caucasian. The results of the analysis strongly suggest that the tissue sample, a cluster of skin
Oh,
cells,
Mathinator was checking out. Oh, I thought, okay, I was confused on who was checking out there. Well, hey, Mathinator, thanks for stopping in.
negative snatcher.
You are covered under any and everyone. Maybe there's more than one Snatcher involved, Gibson said. I've cornered a probable male Snatcher. Alright, well now we definitely can move on. Now we're going to find that Snatcher. No sounds. Nothing on the detector. Man. Alright, Captain. Where's the Snatcher? Give him up. Not a Snatcher, he says, but a fight. Well, it's not here wherever it is, so let's back up. Metal, you've got to be picking something up at this point. We still haven't completed our... Keep investigating the stuff from the body, he says. Good Lord. What more could I look at? Is anything under my possessions now? Evidence. There's probably some hidden meaning in this. Evidence. So these are actual categories. This item is quite an antique. Wonder where this is from. No poke, silly, blah, blah, blah. If this is true, it must be a personal item. If we check its things, we may be able to discover something. Now investigating them, because that's completely different than looking at something. Shadow the Oblivious says he knows this game inside out. That's interesting, Shadow. Didn't know we had any Snatcher veterans in the house. I've already analyzed the hair sample. Yeah, I know. I know.
An analysis of Jean's stomach reveals a major lesion on the caloric region of the gastric membrane.
So,
Wow.
John had an ulcer, huh?
Yes. In addition, I read a substantial quantity of partially digested organic compounds.
Organic compounds. If you can determine the composition and the degree to which the food's been digested, we may be able to figure out where Jean's been.
Okay. Now we're going to look at organic compounds.
Now making incision in Jean's stomach to analyze organic compounds present. Analysis complete. Results on the display. Results of the analysis indicate the organic compounds are primarily composed proteins that have been exposed to digestive acids for approximately 3 hours. Amino acid structure for proteins suggests
Wow.
the meat is that of a buffalo.
Buffalo meat?
Yes,
Baloney.
The results indicate
A
that
buffalo
Jean
meat, he
buffalo
said. Did he
somewhere
say
about
buffalo
3 hours
meat?
before he was killed.
Uh-oh.
I'm reading movement.
Snatchers?
Unable to confirm. I suggest we investigate.
An adventure of Bayou Billy expert. That's getting louder. Alright, so this is going to blow up. I'm guessing we need to get out of here. That's funny. Try turning up the volume on the TV, he says. We got a comedian. Alright, so we got to investigate Little John or something. That's a weird robot.
Time bomb?
Evacuate immediately. There is little time.
You should probably save frequently just to be safe. I'm with you. Let's do it. File number 1, please. It sure is, Metal Gear. But thanks for asking. Look and investigate the front, Captain says. Jason, thanks for dropping in, dude. And tell Vader I appreciate the donation. Wouldn't be a party without you. Alright, so Captain's telling me we need to look at the front. Okay, we're drawing our blaster. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Oh, they're advancing on me. That D-pad is so touchy. Of course, I am using the 6-button one. I think they got me. Wow. Continue the investigation. I mean, we can't stop there. We are out of time, but we can't stop there. We're getting them. It's nice when you get that one in the center and you can just let go and fire. Oh, one got me. Take that in sectors. I've lost the motion reading. Now activating first aid systems. I'll stop the bleeding. Injecting Junker's blood fluid supplement and painkillers. Finally, some nanomachines. Healing agents. Youch! Yeah, I bet it would be more fun with the light gun. But that's not bad. Well, he's telling me I gotta leave. You wanted me to investigate. You wanted me to investigate the front, right? All right, we're retreating. For once, we're in agreement with Metal Gear that we need to get out of here. In sectors. Oh, I didn't pull my gun out. I took insector damage. Getting them. Except for not pulling my gun out on time, this is going swimmingly. The motion reading has vanished. Youch! Exit.
We're getting out of here.
Sorry, I cannot go with you.
What's wrong with you? Hurry it up.
I am incapable of locomotion.
What on earth are you blabbering about? Let's go. It's gonna blow.
Wow.
Please save yourself. I am paralyzed with fear.
Oh, I can't believe this stupid robot. Come on.
Big action sequence with the explosion behind it. Just the last second he escapes. I think.
Jeez, my ears are really ringing.
That's because you left the volume turned up.
Damn snatchers.
There is no need for concern.
So
I have stored all
Gillian,
the information
the
about
horn
evidence
dog,
the
and his
area in
smart-ass
memory.
mini
You should
robot.
return to Junker headquarters.
I could see playing through this. I could. Probably not the best choice for a stream, but it was the only way to bring this out here and really take a fun look at it with all of you. And Captain has been after me to play this game, and I thought, what a better place to do it than finally just bring it to TNL. Let's all get in on the action. And furthermore, again, like I said, I want to stream some more exotic stuff because it is available to us. We do have the technology to do that.
I heard about Jean.
I'm
Mika's
sorry.
crying.
I wish I could have done more.
You performed your duties quite satisfactorily.
That's right. It's not your fault, Gillian. Don't
Poor
worry about
Mika.
it. By the way, the chief is waiting for you.
This is the chief's office.
Well,
I'm a
see,
sucker
that was a
for
pretty
girls
rough
crying. I
first
can't
assignment
take it.
to draw.
Poor
You
Mika.
made a great
Hey,
effort,
you know what?
though.
This was fun, though.
I
And
studied
thank
the
all
data
of you so
transmitted
much
back by Metal Gear,
for
so
joining us.
I know all about what happened out there. It's
Fantastic
about
just to
kids.
hear the startup
It was a
music of the
great
Sega
junker.
CD again. But
Sid,
anyway,
I need you to take over
I
for
think we
him.
could do some more of
You're
it
the
before we
only one
unhook
I've
the
got
old girl
left who
for
can
another
battle
decade.
this
Again, we've got
SNATCHER
some really
menace.
cool games to take a look at on the system. The system did have some stuff that was worth playing. It just did. And there is that music. You gotta love it. Hey, if you enjoyed this stream, I hope that you're gonna drop a like on this stream. And I hope that you're going to let me know that you want to do more Sega CD. And we're going to take a look at some Sega Saturn stuff, some TurboGrafx stuff. We've got so much stuff coming your way. We've got so much day one comment coming. CM says, please stream more of this. Hey, I'm not opposed to it. If you want to see more of it, we'll do more of it. I want to see more of it. Again, I played games like this on my old computer, on many old computers back in the day. You know, this isn't foreign to me at all. Some people might argue this doesn't hold up today, and I'd almost agree that it doesn't. But somebody like myself, and a lot of you old school retro gamers too, can really see the beauty in this. And again, the exoticness of the fact that it's on the Sega CD. Totally freaking cool, man. And it's rare, so it's got that wow factor. Man, what a great night. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like if you haven't liked. You know there's going to be more action coming your way Tuesday night every week on the Emceemur Show. New yard sale findings and scavengings coming up either later on this evening or in the morning, depending on how editing goes. You know I can't wait to bring this stuff to you. Thank each and every one of you for coming by. Emceemur signing off for now, and I will see you again next time.